So the Puppet Warp feature gives you flexibility in manipulating an image. You can reposition areas such as hair or an arm, just as you might pull the strings on a puppet. Some of y'all may not even know what a puppet is, but if you don't, look it up. Place pins wherever you want to control movement. You'll use the Puppet Warp to tilt the model's head back so she appears to be looking up. Photoshop provides several different ways to warp a layer. We're going to use the Puppet Warp because it's the easiest way to pivot part of an image, such as tilting the head back. So zoom out so you can see the entire model. So click View and then fit it in the screen. And with the model copy layer selected, make sure you're on that, click Edit, Puppet Warp. A mesh appears over the visible layers in the areas in the layer. In this case, the mesh appears over the model. You'll use the mesh to place pins where you want to control movement or to ensure that there is no movement. We're going to click to add pins around the body and along the base of the head. Watch what I do, and hopefully I'll do it right. Each time you click, Puppet Warp adds a pin, and you should have about 10 or 12 pins, and that should work. So I'm going to start down here at the bottom, and I'm going to click. And I'm going to click right here in the corner, and I'm going to go right up here to the edge of her neck, and then I'm going to go over to here, and then I'm going to go up a little bit to there. I'm going to go across right here. I'm going to go right up here in the crook of her neck. And I'm going to come down and come down to here. And then I'm going to come down to here. All right. Wonder how many I did. I said 10 or 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look there, I did 12. How about that? So we're going to now select a pin at the nape of the neck, which is right here. When you do that, a blue dot appears in the center of the pin to indicate that it's been selected. If you're on a Windows computer, you're going to press Alt. If you're on a Mac computer, you'll press Option. And you'll see there's a larger circle around that pin. And a curved double arrow appears next to it. Continue holding down the Alt or Option as you drag the pointer to rotate the head backwards. Look at there. Is that not freaky? That is crazy. You can see the angle of rotation in the options bar. So as we were doing that, if you look up here, you can see it. Or you can just click and type like 170. And that will rotate the head back. Be careful not to Alt click or Option click on the dot itself or you'll delete the pin. When you're satisfied with the rotation, click the Commit Puppet Warp button in the options bar or press Enter or Return. Doesn't matter how much you've done yours. I'm going to just leave it there, so I'm going to press the check mark. Oops. I don't know what it thought I had done, but anyway. I think I'm on. Oh no, what did I do? I'd messed mine up. Mine was tilted back, I thought, too much, so I changed it. I think I did like 110 or something like that. So yours doesn't have to look exactly like mine, but it does need to be tilted back. So let me ask you this. What happens when you paint with neutral gray in quick mask mode? What it does is it provides partial transparency. We are now going to use an alpha channel to create a shadow. Just as different information on images stored on different layers, channels also let you access specific kinds of information. Alpha channels store selections as grayscale images. Color information channels store information about each color in an image. For example, an RGB image automatically has red, green, blue, and composite channels. To avoid confusing channels and layers, think of channels as containing an image's color and selection information, and think of layers as containing painting, shapes, text, and other content. You're going to first convert the transparent areas of the model's copy to a selection, and then fill it with black on another layer to create a shadow. Because a selection will be altered to make the shadow, you'll now save the current form of the selection as an alpha channel so that you can load it again later if needed. In the Layers panel, you're going to click Control-click Windows or Command-click Mac, the layer thumbnail icon. So the mask area is selected. Ooh. Hang on, I think I messed up. Hold on here. Yeah, I was doing it right. I just didn't, I got eye problems and I didn't see that it was selected. So I was doing it right. So you're doing either Control click on Windows or Command click on Mac, and the masked area is selected. Choose select, and then save selection down here. In the Save Selection dialog box, make sure New is chosen in the channel. Then name the channel Model Outline. And then click OK. Nothing changes in the Layers panel or in the document window. However, a new channel named Model Outline has been added to the Channels panel. So if you click right here on Channels, you see there's your model outline that you just created. So let's go back to the layers. So now that the original selection outline of the model is saved as an alpha channel, you can reuse that selection at any time, even from other Photoshop documents by choosing Select Load Selection. I forgot to ask you this. When you use the Puppet Warp, how can you tell a specific pin is selected? If you think back, when we selected a pin, a little blue dot appeared in the center of the pin. All right, so click create a new layer icon down here. Drag the new layer below the model copy. There's where it should be. So that the shadow will be below the image of the model. Double click the new layer's name and rename it Shadow. Shadow. With the shadow layer selected, make sure you're on the shadow layer. Choose Select, Select and Mask. This loads the current selection into the Select and Mask task space. Click the View menu in the View mode and choose On Black. I gotta scroll up, choose On Black. In the Global Refinement selection or section, move the Shift edge down here. We want that to be 36%. In the Output Settings section, make sure Selection right here is set to the Output menu and then click OK. Choose Edit and then Fill. Choose Black from the contents and then click OK. You can see there's a shadow around there, or black around there. The shadow layer displays filled in black outline of the model. Shadows aren't usually as dark as the person who cast them, so you'll reduce the layer opacity. So we're going to change this, make sure you're on that layer. We're going to change the opacity to 30%. The shadow's in the exact same position as the model where it can't be seen. So we're going to shift it. We're going to choose select and then deselect to remove the selection. Choose edit, transform, and then rotate. You can drag, or I'm just going to type in the rotation here. I'm going to change this to -15. Then you can drag the shadow to the left, or you can go over here to this X field and type 545, and that moves it over to right there. Check mark, and that will accept the transformation. Click the eye icon for the episode background layer to make it visible. And then we're going to delete this model layer. I'm going to drag it down to my garbage can. So now yours should look like mine, or very similar to mine. So let's click File and then Save.